Hi, welcome to the Rod and Cindy podcast. What a great day today we have. We have a special guest that's sitting in for our Cindy movie. Her name is
Cynthia Dunn Selph.
Hi, Cynthia Dunn Selph. How are we doing today?
Hi, Rod Lyman.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting because Cynthia and I are like brother and sister. We just love to play together and we have so much fun with everything we do.
That is very true. Mostly I'm his straight man.
Yeah, I love it. I get to be the funny man then. But the thing is that, so today we did a podcast, and it was kind of a serious podcast. We talked about some of the things that we did and everything else and what's coming up for us. And then we got this bright idea. I want a reading. So,
Yay!
So let's do a podcast about a reading.
Okay.
Now readings are visual. So we're going to have to describe everything we're doing.
Yes, that's very true.
Is that going to be fun?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm up for anything.
Oh, good, great. So first and foremost, what kind of reading am I going to get?
This is going to be a tarot reading. I'm using a tarot deck. I'm actually using the Black Cat Tarot deck, which is really a really wonderful deck that someone gave me. And it's funny because when I was given this deck, I thought it was going to be too cute and I wouldn't really be attracted to it. But I've been using it, and it has turned into one of my favorite decks. It's a beautiful deck called the Black Cat.
Well, I love it too. It's one of my favorite too out of there. I mean, it's black. That's really interesting. I really work with the light and everything else, but it's black. It's really cool. I like it. So I have a question for you. So when somebody looks at that and doesn't know what a tarot card is, and they see black cats on it, and they see tarot and everything else, what do they think? Like it's the devil's work or something? Like I used to think.
Well, tarot cards basically are just a tool for your intuition, a way to focus your intuition, just like anything, whether it's angel cards or crystals or anything that you're using to bring your intuition into focus. That's really all it is. There's nothing magical about the cards at all. The tarot cards actually have a long history. They go back to I don't know, mid-century, mid 14th century Europe, I believe. And they actually became today's playing cards. There's 78 cards in a deck. 22 are major cards, which the images most people are familiar with. And those represent your spiritual path, and they're actually based on the Tree of Life from the Kabbalah. And then the 56 minor cards, actually, they represent sort of our everyday situations, and they became today's playing cards. There's 4 suits that represent 4 areas of energy. So it's not anything scary.
Right. So it wasn't manufactured in hell.
No. Some of the images are, there's the devil and the death card, but they are representations actually of archetypal energies. There's also, the Empress and the Emperor. This is the archetype of the mother and the father. So there's all different kinds of energies and symbology in the cards.
Right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That someplace I read somewhere that these cards were actually used to, like in a Catholic church somewhere, that they used as cards to show who the king and queen were in that area and everything else. And some past to that a long time ago, because I went to your tarot class and I was scared stiffless about taking this because I thought the devil was going to overtake me and everything else because of these cards. You remember the whole thing.
Oh, yes. And again, they're just cardboard.
Right.
There's nothing
and
magical
I
about them.
looked up and I actually read that about how these tarot cards were used to give messages for other people that weren't in that. And I love that. So they're just
like
messages.
I said, it actually represents your own spiritual path. And there are trials and challenges on that path. And that's what some of those darker cards represent, are places on your spiritual path that you have to work with and pass through.
And so you teach this also too.
I do teach this class. Yes.
I was taught many years ago by you, and it was, oh my gosh, it was so fabulous. And that's funny, is that to think about that, I was taught, oh my gosh, a long time ago. You handed me a deck of tarot cards, and that was my first deck of tarot cards I ever had. Yeah. And I played with. I actually gave them to a young lady this weekend because I felt guided to, because it was a gift, and that's interesting. I love it.
Very interesting.
I love it. So, you teach this stuff and everything else, but you do readings with this.
I do on a regular basis.
So, what am I going to expect here?
What I'm going to do is lay out 10 cards. I lay them out in what's called the Celtic cross. It represents the where your energy is now, and then based on that, kind of where things are going. It also shows your hopes and fears, what's being mirrored to you right now, where you are, what your attitude is about everything right now, and so that you can make informed choices by looking at what energies you're working with.
You yourself didn't take this and follow some guidelines. That you made this yourself, right? These readings come to you yourself, right? They're not you don't have like a cheat sheet that says this.
No,
is
I don't use a book. No.
Right. No, because we don't all follow the rules.
Right, but I did study the symbology on the cards, especially the Rider-Waite deck, because that deck uses a lot of archetypal images, Jungian psychology, numerology. There's all kinds of symbols and signs that are in the cards, and I do draw on those. But again, they are a tool for your own intuition, and that's how I teach it. Is a way to use your own intuition to guide you.
I guess what I'm trying to get across is you're not mechanical about this.
No.
It's a flow of intuitiveness, right?
Correct.
Absolutely. Ooh, what cards fell out? That's interesting. Let's see that. That's
Yes, two cards fell out while I was holding the deck, which usually means a message. And we have the 8 of clubs and the 6 of diamonds. The 8 of clubs is abundance, and clubs is about your path. So this is a little message that, yes, you're on the right path. And the 6 of diamonds is about how energy flows, about how you create. 6 is the number of harmony and balance. So this is letting the creative energy flow, especially when it comes to finances.
Harmony and balance and finances. I love that because 8 is abundance,
Right.
And 6 is harmony. So,
Yes.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool. I like that.
So that's your messages.
And they're diamonds, right?
Diamonds and a club.
Oh, diamonds in a club. The
Yes.
club was the 8.
The 8.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Wow, that's a cool kind of message that
Yes.
just came through as what we're talking about
Exactly what you
Wow.
needed to hear.
too. I needed to hear. So because we understand that cards fall out. Okay, there has to be a symbology or a reasoning behind it and that. But let's talk about what am I going to expect? You already put 10 cards out, and it's going to be
Right.
like in the Celtic Cross type setting. That
Right, and I'm going to just go through and talk about each of the cards and then how they relate to you.
Right. Do I have to have a specific question?
No, we can just look at where you are generally, and it will kind of point to the energies that you want to work with next.
Right. Good. And the reason I'm asking this, like I don't know what I'm talking about, is because I wanted to do it this way.
Yeah, exactly. He wants to share this with all of you.
Absolutely, because it's many years ago what I got turned on to it, and I realized it's not the devil's work. It's not something that's really woohoo, and that it's the messages. These are tools to help people get to really look at themselves and that.
Right.
But I'm going to also put a warning out there: is that don't live your life by this.
Right, just like you wouldn't live your life by astrology or any other metaphysical science. It's used as a way to kind of grasp the energies that are currently, so that you can make informed, conscious choices on what you want to create next.
And we both know, people out there that their life is really constantly around what their readings are, their astrology is, and everything else. They live their life to the fullest of that extent. And that now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not. But you're missing the big
Yes,
picture.
he is.
Okay. You're missing the big picture, okay? If you're living your life so strongly in that aspect, you're missing the big picture, because
you're looking for things outside of yourselves to give you the information that is within you.
Amen.
Yes.
Absolutely. So what's next? What?
So the first thing I'm going to have you do is shuffle the cards.
Oh, sweet. I love shuffling cards. Yeah, you're going to hear that. It's going to be awesome. Everybody that likes card shuffling is going to go, yeah, let's sound that card shuffling.
I always tell people you don't need to shuffle it like you're a Vegas dealer.
Well, that's why I'm shuffling it.
Yes, exactly.
What, do a card trick with it?
But it's about you getting your energy in the cards. That's why I have you shuffle them.
Sparing my aura all over it. There you go. All right,
Your juju.
My juju's all over it there.
So I'm going to lay out the cards first,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about each card as they relate to you.
So what if a card's upside down that you lay out?
For the way that I read cards,
as it happens.
yes, a lot of upside down cards. For a lot of readers, the upside down card is a reversed meaning, and I don't subscribe to that philosophy. For me, the card means the card. It's that's the same meaning whether it's upright or reversed. But how you're working with that energy is different. If the card is upright, it's what your actions are right now, what it is you're focusing on. If it's upside down, it's what you're processing, what you're thinking about. It's an internal versus an external process.
Nice. Good.
So the first card we have is the 9 of Spades.
You're not going to make me cry, are you?
Try not to.
Okay, good.
So the 9 of Spades, 9 is a number of completion.
Ooh.
So this is the end of a cycle. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
And spades have to do with our mental processes. So this is information, knowledge, beliefs. Beliefs, yes. So this is the end of a cycle in an area of study.
Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it's you're completing
Right.
in preparation for a new cycle, new information,
New
things
information.
to learn.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a
Gotcha.
really nice place to be.
Right.
Even though completion can be sometimes a little sad.
Right. Absolutely.
The next card is the 2 of Hearts, and this card represents your challenges or what will help you through your challenges. And the 2 of Hearts is all about partnership.
Oh.
Yes, and you have partnered with some wonderful people over
Absolutely.
the years.
Yes, I have.
And are continuing to do so. And so your challenge is to remember that you're not alone.
Oh.
And that you have people to support you.
Oh,
okay?
that's sweet. I like that.
Yes, it's a very good card. The next 2 cards represent conscious mind and subconscious mind. And the one that represents conscious mind is the Knight of Clubs.
The Knight of Clubs.
The Knight of Clubs. The clubs, again, are about how we see ourselves, how we want other people to see us, and about our path, what we came here to do. And so the knight, if you think of the knights as like the Holy Grail, focusing on a goal. So this card means focusing on yourself, focusing on your path. And
Right.
of course, that's what's on your mind right now.
Absolutely. That's where I'm headed, yes.
Yes, it totally fits.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Yeah, the validation here is that, instead of having a brick and mortar place and just going there every day and doing readings and classes and seeing clients, I'm actually traveling.
Right. You're developing a new way of doing things.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And which I'm really enjoying it too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the next card is the subconscious, and this is the 7 of Diamonds.
No, so this is to the left of the...
No, this is below.
Oh, it's below. Okay, sorry.
Yes. The 7 of Diamonds is the vision prior to manifestation.
Okay.
Okay, in other words, you have to be clear on what it is you want to create.
Oh,
And Diamonds
yeah.
is about the physical world. It's home. It's what security is for you, which is home, health, and finance.
Well, that's mine. Yes.
Yes, but it's also about how you create in the physical world, because those are part of that. So what your subconscious mind is wrestling with right now is, what do you want to create next?
Ooh.
Yes, what is going to create the security that you need?
Wow. Yes.
Where do you want to live?
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Never thought of that. Do
Yeah.
I have to pick a place to live?
No, you don't.
Okay, good.
Yes. But how to make it work as in your gypsy travels. How's
Right,
that?
right.
So your message from the past is another 7.
7 again.
Yes, but this is the 7 of Hearts. So the 7 of Hearts is about your heart's desires.
Ooh.
Yeah. So your message in the past is to look at what your heart wanted that brought you here, that brought you to this place in your path. And to kind of check in to see, is this still what you want? Or do you need to make a new vision of
I
what it
had
is you want to
so
create?
much fun this weekend. What do you
Isn't
think
it?
this is going to be?
Yeah.
I choose this. Of course.
Exactly. So this is a reminder that when you focus and when you get clear on what it is you want,
Right.
it makes it much easier to create.
Wow, that's absolutely right. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next card is a very interesting card. I want to describe the picture on this card because I think it's very apropos to the meaning. Before I tell you what the card is, this shows a black cat, because all of the figures in this deck are black cats, floating very calmly in this ocean, but there are sharks swimming around him.
Oh my gosh, that's
Isn't that
me.
interesting?
That's me.
That's you, yes. But I want you to notice how calm he is. This is the message with this card.
He's a cool cat.
He's a very cool cat, yes. So this card is the 9 of diamonds. So you understand another 9.
Right.
So more completion. 9 of diamonds is letting go of fears so that you can move into that next cycle. Fears about security.
Right.
Fears about how you create or that you are not able to create. Fears about lack. All of those things that keep you from moving forward into the next cycle of what it is you want to create.
So that's going to go away now.
This is the focus for the next few months.
Few months?
Just to
Can't
make
they
that
just make it happen?
Yeah, well, sure.
Okay.
That's why I tell you, so that you can make conscious choices.
There you go. Absolutely.
So this is an issue. This is a theme of
Right.
looking at your fears.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, so that they don't get in your way as you're trying to create.
Right. Absolutely. Wow.
The next card represents where you are right now, kind of where your head is at, and it's the 5 of clubs. So 5 is all about change.
Yep.
Change and chaos,
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
makes a little sense, yes.
Yep.
But this is looking at what you are wanting to change on the path right now.
Right.
What is important within you to change. So you're in a good place to do this completion. So it's to move energy out that no longer serves you so that you can embrace this new cycle. Okay?
Nice. Yeah.
The next card is called the environment card, and it's always a very interesting card. The environment shows us what is being mirrored to us through situations and people around us, because everything is a mirror. If it is not working outside, it's because of what's going on inside, and it will always be shown to you in
makes
that
sense.
way.
Absolutely.
So this card shows you not only what you're reflecting outward, but it's also showing what it is you want to create next. Because as energy beings, we like to project the energy and look at it through other people before we step into it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
We like that.
Yes, exactly. So this card is the 4 of hearts.
Ooh.
So 4 is the number of laying the foundation of the future. If you think about the 4 corners of a building,
Right.
this is what this is. So this is about looking at what your heart needs. What do you have to build on? What dreams are you wanting to build? Okay?
Oh, wow.
So because this is what you're having mirrored to you right now,
Right.
you want to look at how other people build their dreams. What works and what doesn't work for other people. Because it's always easier to see what's not working in someone else than in ourselves.
So
right?
I take a look at what Jim Jones did.
Yes, not
And
the way you want to
not
go.
do it,
Yeah,
no.
don't do that. No Kool-Aid for you.
Yes.
But you look at what advice would you give the person who's doing it, who's not building a strong foundation,
Right. Absolutely.
right? Because that advice, of course, is your advice also.
Yep. Exactly.
Yes,
Yep.
always works that way.
Yes, it does.
So when someone comes to you, you need to really, with an issue that they want to talk about, be sure and look at what the mirror is in it for you, because they came to you for a reason.
So all 40 readings that we had this weekend
Yeah, really.
were mirroring us.
Yes, of
Nice.
course.
I love it.
That's why there was such a theme between
There was
all
a
of them.
theme. Yes, there was.
So you only got one major card in this reading, and it's the next card, which represents your hopes and fears.
Oh, it'd have to be my fears has a major card.
Well, this card is actually both.
Oh, okay.
It has a positive and negative pole, and I don't even like the word negative. It has a 2 poles, so 2 sides to
yang.
the same energy, yin yang. Yes, this major card is called the High Priestess. Yes, the High Priestess is all about feminine power and wisdom.
Score.
It's a wonderful card. And this is the energy that you want to be working with.
Right,
you
right.
want to be working with that divine energy. That's the hope side of this.
Right.
Okay?
Absolutely. Yes.
So the fear side is usually, unfortunately, it goes back to old family stuff of where you weren't allowed to have your power.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So when you start to make a change, or when you're in a completion cycle like this, that's when the fears come up, and that's where you get stuck. So this is not remembering your power is where you get stuck. Okay?
Oh, I get it. Yes.
Not remembering your wisdom following your intuition, tuning in to that higher self.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Yep.
So you want to switch it over to that positive pole of that goddess wisdom.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly. A lot of goddess work too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I know
really-
you and
really-
Cindy both work with a lot of goddess energy.
Absolutely. The feminine movement is
The divine feminine.
Divine feminine movement. Yeah, we're really into that, and we want to make a difference in this world with that.
The pendulum is shifting
Right.
from the masculine to the feminine.
Absolutely.
And this is an important time to really start to look at that divine feminine
Yes, it is.
energy.
Yep.
So the last card is what your focus, what your goal is. And this is the King of Hearts.
Oh.
Yes. Kings are the end of the cycle where we let go of what doesn't work anymore.
Absolutely.
And heart can be relationships, but it's more than that. Again, it's our heart's desires.
Mm-hmm.
So this is looking at what you maybe thought you wanted that maybe you don't anymore, and
Right.
how to let it go so that you again can embrace what is coming. Okay?
Wow.
Because when we hold on to things, obviously we can't bring in something new. We have no space
absolutely.
for it.
Absolutely not.
So
Wow.
so that is a quick little reading for you.
Wow. So great reading. So I just want to look at this again. I mean, it talks basically. There's partnership. There's 2 7s and 2 9s in here.
Exactly.
And plus dualities of 2s and that, and then feminine that. So basically, it talks about me traveling. And doing what I
Completion,
like, completion of stuff and ending stuff
Right.
because this isn't something that I normally do. Me traveling and going to places
Right.
that. So this is really different for me.
Right.
This is out of the norm and everything else, and I'm actually ending the idealism that I have to have a brick and mortar place. I have to have
Letting
certain
go of
things.
these old ideas,
Exactly, letting go
right.
of the old ideas. Me getting myself a little camper and sleeping in it and driving
you
around
go.
being a gypsy, maybe. You know?
There you go.
No, I don't care. But the thing is that what this is saying is that being okay with everything.
Exactly. That's the important reason to get a reading is so that you get validation. Because I really am not going to tell you anything that you
Right.
don't already know.
No, exactly.
On a
It's all
heart
validate.
level, right?
Absolutely.
All I'm doing is validating that for you, so you can say, "Oh yes, okay, I see, and I see where I'm getting in my way," so that you can let go of those energies that are blocking you.
Right, exactly. And I like that how you said it. You don't want to say it as being negative or dark or whatever else.
Right.
It's yin and yang. We kind of figure that out because anybody can make their reading bad.
Oh, sure. And I always tell people, if you sit down in front of a reader and they start telling you doom and gloom and that
Get
you're
up and
cursed, really, ask for your money back and walk away, because a reading should never be about that. A good reader will always put not necessarily a positive spin, but will help you work with the energies. Even challenging times is still about growth.
Right. Oh, it is. It really is. I'm so appreciative to have you in my life. I mean, you've helped me
I
with
love you
so many.
too.
I love you very much, honey. You've helped me with so many things, and readings has actually helped me guided to make some decisions about stuff in my life. Not that I made it just solely on
Sure.
the readings, but you did. You've helped guide me in so many ways.
It opens up a dialogue
Absolutely.
so that you can look at, is this
Right.
really where I want to go?
You do phone readings too,
I do
correct?
do phone readings.
You
Yes,
know,
I still have lots of clients in Phoenix.
Absolutely, yes. So how would they get a hold of you if they wanted to get a phone reading from you?
You can either send me an email. The email address is dunnselphc@yahoo.com. Or you can send me a message through my website, which might be a little bit easier, which is cynthiadunselph.com. Or you can find me on Facebook. I have Messenger. You can send me a private message on Facebook.
Right. And you can actually go to anything that's Cindy and myself on the Cindy and Rod podcast, Rod and Cindy podcast. She always wants to call it the Cindy and Rod podcast. So you can go to any of those places and we can actually help you find how to get a hold of Cynthia and that if you want to reading that. She's awesome. She's amazing. You need to go and get a reading from her or actually take one of her classes. It will put a whole different spin on what this means, how it works, and everything. It changed my life in so many ways, and somebody needs to do this. So I mean, we need to make sure that they can get a hold of you in that. And,
Well,
and be part
I
of
truly
this.
believe that we're all intuitive. It's just that we have so many filters because we're so caught up in our day-to-day stuff that we don't access that intuition. And so what I try to do is to help you let go of some of those filters so that you can receive the information from your higher self and from source energy so that you're moving more towards a place of happiness and creating the things you want in your life.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. That's Cynthia Dunn Selph. She's just a beautiful soul. And I'm so appreciative to get a reading from her. And that was a short 20-minute reading.
Yes.
And that's in fairs.
But a lot of information.
Oh, gosh, a lot of information in that 20 minutes. And usually at fairs, that's what you give is 20 minutes.
Right.
On phones, you can do half hour.
Half hour or an hour readings, yes.
Very good, yes. And they need to get a hold of you and get this reading because
Well, thanks.
It's fun. It's fun just to have, and
It is.
for the validation itself, and that
Right,
you're
for
going
clarity.
through. Yeah, exactly. One last thing before we go is that it's. I know a lot of people ask about the reading, especially when they're in dire need of something,
Right.
such as going through a divorce or making decisions about relationships or things like that. That they don't need to just get a reading for that. They can get a reading at any time for validation
Sure.
in their life. And
Sure. Sometimes we just need to a little kick in the pants on which direction to go.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people's like just get a reading on their birthday only.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I do lots of birthday readings
Yes, it's just
and
kinda
New
cool.
Year readings.
New Year readings, absolutely.
Yes.
What the new year is about. Anything else you want to share, my dear? It's just amazing
It's
thing.
been wonderful having you here
Absolutely. Thank you,
in
dear.
California, and I hope to see you on your way back. And
Oh,
that-
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that'd be kind of fun to come back on this way back.
Yes,
Go-
exactly,
So
yes.
see how my schedule works out instead of going the other side, through Denver and that. Maybe come back up through California and that.
Yes.
And maybe we do something else. And that.
Exactly. You
That'd be
never
fun.
know with
Yeah.
us two.
Because it may be a month and a half, 2 months down the road before I leave anyway, Phoenix. So
Yes.
let's see how this works out.
Yeah. I hope it won't be another year before I see you again.
No, absolutely not. That's
Yeah.
dumb. That's just dumb. So thank you very much, my dear.
Thank you for letting me be on your podcast.
Oh, we love you.
And thanks, Cindy Movie, for letting me step in for you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cindy Mooby. On behalf of Cindy Mooby,
Yes.
thank you for, and that I'm sure she's happy that you got to be on here and she wishes she was here. It sucks to be her sometimes.
Love you, Cindy.
Love you, honey. All right. You guys have a great day and a wonderful time.
Namaste.
Namaste. My special guest was Cynthia Dunn Selph. Have a great day.